Welcome back to A Simple Truth. It's funny, every time I say welcome back, I'm confused as to whether I'm saying seeds. Summer never lets me intro Friday nights with Jesus, so I don't get confused with that. But Counterculture, all these different shows we're doing, right? But I love Simple Truth. It's the show that I started off with, and I love just simply opening up the Bible with you. Hopefully, you're enjoying that too. We're in chapter 39 of Genesis. We're talking about the story of Joseph. Last time I finished with "The Lord is with you." I could have talked for hours about that, but I'm going to continue with that and talk for hours on the next sentence, right? So in verse 2, it says the Lord was with Joseph, right? That's just a fact. Then it goes on and it says he became a successful man, right? That's incredible. I hope you pay attention to those words. I hope that you, again, underline them. I hope that you claim them, right? The Lord was with Joseph, and so what happened? He became a successful man. Now, I want you to understand this because this is where the exciting part comes. So you're going to have to just bear with the fact that I'm really excited, right? The exciting part is this. God's writing this, right? He's stating it as a declaration. He became a successful man. Only here's the next part of it, right? He became a successful man and he was in the house of his Egyptian master. Whoa, 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 whoa. How in the world does a man become a successful man in the house, right, under servanthood, right, under the control of another man? Like, we would define godly success, godly favor as, hey, this man was rich like Job and Solomon, and he had all the stuff, and he had all the wisdom, and he had all the freedom. How is it that God can make Joseph a successful man and show him favor while he's under someone else? You know that God can still do that today? That he hasn't changed. Like, wherever you're working, do you know that God can make you a successful man or woman right where you are, under someone else? You don't have to be your boss to be success. That's an amazing thought, because we tend to work and we tend to think success would mean I would be the boss, I would be the president, I would be whatever it is. And God says, you know what? Wherever you are, you have the ability to be a successful man or woman if the Lord is with you. So right there and then, here's a simple truth. Where does your thinking need to change? Maybe in your home. Do you know that you can be a successful man or woman right where you are in your house? Do you know that you can be a successful youth with the parents that you have, right? Can remember growing up when I would throw a fit, which was very seldom. Probably could count them on one, a lot of hands. But my mom would frequently hear from me, I must have been adopted, right? My real parents would never treat me like this, right? I mean, it's crazy that you could think that way. And I'm sure that it hurt my mom, although she was able to kind of let it go off her back, right? Because that wasn't really what I meant. But it was what I meant. And guess what? It's what you and I mean when we say it, right? That we think that success means that we need to be somebody different, right? That if God was really making us successful, it would be with a different person. It would be with a different situation. It would be a different place. Do you know that even if your current situation is ending or changing, you can still be a successful man or woman? God can still lift you up. In our culture, we give 2-week notices sometimes still, right? 2-week notices give you the ability to finish something definitively well. Then you can be the best employee you could possibly be in the last 2 weeks. You can make your boss wish you weren't leaving, right? You can make someone think that they're the best boss in their last 2 weeks. You can make someone in your household feel like, hey, you know what? I really wish that it had been this way the whole time, right? We have the ability to finish well, and we need to do that, right? But we do that. We can be successful right where God has planted us. Here's the deal. God transplants us. We don't. Now, we think we have the ability to get up and walk, right? But God gives us his time frame. He gives us what he wants us to accomplish. And you know what? There's a lot of people who have thought they transplanted themselves. And it's funny when God brings them right back to the place where he had planted them and says, could you just finish this now? The relationships we got to go back and fix, right? The situations that we got to go back and fix, right? It's funny how many times people in construction, like they tell stories of people who tried to get around doing something the right way. And so they put in a fake wall or all these things. And then eventually down the road, it's all got to come out and somebody's got to fix it right. Right? We know when we've done things halfway. God says, wherever you are, you have the ability to be successful, even if it's in Potiphar's home, even if it's with an Egyptian master. The wording there is important, right? This isn't a friendship. It's not a corporation, right? It's not a partnership. This is a master, right? Someone that you have to serve. So here's another simple truth. Who are you maybe supposed to be serving today? Who is it that God has said, listen, no matter how bad this is, no matter how ugly it is, no matter what you feel about it, I just need you to serve this person, right? We know the end of this story. We know that Joseph is going to end up with a great future, right? But he's got to serve today to get to the great future. Let me tell you, starting with me and trickling down, this is a really hard concept because I want the future without serving today. God says, serve today, and you're going to get the great future because I'm going to be with you. But you quit serving today, I may or may not have to step aside for a second as you leave me. And then what about your future, right? God doesn't go anywhere. He's right there with us. He wants to be with us. Every once in a while, we do the prodigal son thing and we walk away from our Father. And we say, like, I could do this better without you, God, right? So Joseph doesn't have a choice. He's with his master. And here's what God does. Look at verse 3. It says, his master saw that the Lord was with him. This is amazing, right? Do you know that when the Lord is with you, other people see it. That's amazing. Other people see that the Lord is with you. Do you know what that brings out? One of two options, right? The first one is people get really mad, really jealous, really frustrated, and they attempt to destroy you, right? Because they want what you have, but they don't want to do it the way that you're doing it, right? So your blessing is all about the Lord. They see the peace you have while you're going through disease and cancer, all that kind of stuff. They see what you've gotten. They've seen all of the things that God has done for you, the fixed moments, the broken that has been brought and made new again. They see all that stuff, right? And they have a chance to have the same thing. Our Bible says that, hey, always be prepared to give a reason for the hope you have. But here's the point. Sometimes people want what you have, but they don't want the reason. They don't want to know how you got it. Right? They don't want the way that you got it. They just want what you have. That's the first option. The second option is that they look at what you have and they go, hold on a second. Right? I can benefit from this. Do you know that you and I can benefit from the Lord being with other people? Right? We can benefit when other people are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I'm super excited about that. I try really hard to surround myself with people that I can benefit from their relationship with the Lord. But here's the point. I need to be encouraging them in their relationship with the Lord, right? I don't get to just be a leech and suck all the life out of them, right? I need to be giving back. So like, hey, you need to be taking time with the Lord. You need to be reading. You need to be worshiping, right? There are people that I know, man, that when they're in their Bible and they're hearing from the Lord, I want to know. Like, man, I benefit from you being in your word. There are people who, when they worship, like the whole world just seems to stop. And I'll benefit from that. There are people that when they're praying, I benefit from them. I want them to be doing that. I want them to be in a good place with the Lord. So Potiphar really has two choices here, right? He'd be jealous of the favor that the Lord is showing Joseph, or he can do what he did, which is this. His master saw that the Lord was with him, and the Lord caused all that he did to succeed in his hands. You ever had those moments where everything you do just turns to gold? You ever had that moment where like seemingly everybody you talk to gets encouraged? Everything that you do works. It just works and works and works, and God just blessing and blessing and blessing. So here's what happens. So Joseph found favor in his sight and attended him and made him overseer of his house and put him in charge of all that he had. Well, isn't that kind of funny, right? The Lord is with him, right? And Joseph was faithful to that. The master saw it. And he said, why not just let you do it all? Why not let you be in charge? Why not let you and God have this? So let's go back and make this really simple. Where the Lord is, there's favor. Period. Right? So you should in your home, you should in your workplace, you should in your life want the Lord. Why? Because the Lord brings about favor. Right? Again, not favor according to you, favor according to him. This is all done under the construction, right? Joseph is under construction here. The parameters in this situation are Joseph's a servant. He's a slave. And this isn't Joseph running around, with really nice cars, right? Really nice houses, got the best of everything. This is Joseph having to answer to somebody repeatedly. This is Joseph not having ownership of himself. He can't go where he wants to go, do what he wants to do. Yet still, everything he touches is working, and God shows him favor. So under your current parameters, is God with you? And is God giving you favor? If he's not, it might be because all you're doing is sit around boo-hooing about what you don't have. It might be because all you're thinking about is the future and how you might not get it and you can't figure out how to get it. It might be that all you're doing is thinking about tomorrow, and God's saying, what about today? Right? So is the Lord with you today? Right? Is he blessing your hands today, and are you having favor today? That's my simple truth for you. We're going to pick this story up in verse 6. Hopefully, next week, we'll see you for another simple truth.